Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Hee 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 hee. Hoo 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 hoo. Do it. Live from the Crescent Moon Temple, it's the tournament to end off. Wait a minute. What the hell is this? Okay. Now presenting the main theme from ARMS for the Nintendo Switch. Okay, that just happened. But as you are all aware, that's not the morning show theme. What the heck was that? Just have a little bit of fun this morning. That's all. No one's out there to complain anyways. Yeah. Oh man. Gonna get copyright smack. ARMS is for the Nintendo Switch and is a fantastic game. That's one heck of a hot track, isn't it? Boy, I love that. Okay. For real this time, though. For real this time, though. Are we ready to get started? No. It is 7:59. That is 1 minute early. Let's go post on Twitter and harass people about it. Yeah, no one cares. Like that's going to do anything. Live from the Crescent Moon Temple, it's the morning show with your host, Tolinar. It's time to play the music, switch all of the cameras on. It's time for the morning show, and I'm going it alone. Here we go, folks. Just quickly check the chat room. There is nobody home. It's time for the morning show, and I guess I'm on my own. Cue stage lights. The host, the guest, the audience, it's what I'm here to be. There's no one out there watching. This all depends on me. But that's nothing unusual. It's just another day. I'm sure that I can do it all if I do it my own way. Oh yeah. I'm always doing something. Double check the audio. Make sure Twitch integration is good. I think we're set to go. All right. Pick a topic for conversation. Something I ought to know. Modern news is too confusing. We're gonna stick to something I already know. I've been working through the 7 sins. We'll do another one of those today. How about the host, the guest, the audience? It's what I'm here to be. We can talk about the truth of lust today. This all depends on me. But that's nothing unusual. It's just another day. If I want to make my life great, I've got to do it my own way. The host, the guest, the audience, it's what I've got to be. There's nobody else out there. This all depends on me. But that's nothing unusual. It's just another day. If I want to make my life great, I've got to do it my own way. Okay. Today on the morning show, we will discuss the nature of lust and the truth behind it. Also, tech upgrades continue. We're working hard on it, even if there's no visible progress. Play me to the desk. Creepy music time. Well, we already had ARMS soundtrack, so that was pretty neat. We'll get the rest of it done as we feel like it. That's right. Just like that. The morning show is brought to you by the letter O and the number 9. And by viewers like me. Because, brother, I'm it. Yeah, good morning, everybody. The cat is fine. Much more relaxed than average. Not freaking out or anything. That's right. Oh, here's Crank Game. I took a look at this play date when it first was launched. I haven't seen a whole lot of platforms that make great use of the ratchet handle attached to the case, but it could happen. It could happen. You could come up with a real hit that way. It is currently January 24th, and the biggest news, of course, is Hades' graduation. I don't know why I'm talking about news. It's not the sort of thing that matters. Nobody cares about my opinions of these things. But I do hear that she has reincarnated, and I wish her the best. I really do. So say hello if you get the chance. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do Lust. Lust is a good one. Let me get my tea brewed before I start into the lecture. I don't know if people even enjoy this Chautauqua format. Well, like, they can't. There's no one there. No one is there to enjoy it. There is literally no one. There is no one. There is no one. So your enjoyment is strongly inhibited because you don't exist. That's... I don't know if it works that way. Getting encouraged by nice people on the internet. That's always good. But yeah, Hades is graduating from Mythos, and Susu is a very nice person. We're just gonna keep going. It's the snowstorm of 2026, the Snowmageddon, but I'm on the wrong coast. I'm on the West Coast. So things are wet and calm here. I'm not getting Snowgeddon. Didn't happen. Oh boy, but da 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 da. I have to double check my sink. Uh-huh. Yeah. We'll get going here. Tea is busy brewing. That's the most adorable thing ever. Okay, I think I like that. We're gonna. I'd love to have a Tamagotchi. Maybe I will create one. There's Min Fantame. We're gonna say good morning in the way that I always do, with an M instead of an N. Good morning. Hi there, Mint. She's doing what she does. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, how you doing? Yabba dabba dum. All right, microphone's good. Okay. We will do some Earl Grey today. I need my tea sphere. I seem to have misplaced it. Oh, good. That's a morning for you. I ate a lot of eggs yesterday because I got those egg rings, right? So about those egg rings, why in the hell would anybody want to have a ring for shaping eggs? Yeah, I can make McMuffins. Bick whoop-de-diddle. Who cares? What's the point? It's obviously a piece of junk that has no use except to shape eggs into stupid ring shapes, and they don't even work that good. Like, the egg leaks out if you're not super careful. And even if you finish, great. You have restricted your egg to a round biscuit-shaped thing. So now your egg looks super processed, when in fact it might not be. Why would you bother with such a thing? Actually, well, let's discuss this very briefly before we get into lust, because I think it's interesting. The concept of catalysts and intimation. Okay? We're going to talk about catalysts and intimation at random this morning, because that's the way my brain works. So a catalyst is when one thing triggers something else. Let's say we've got a heavy, laden sugar syrup boiling along in a perfectly clean stainless steel saucepan. And it is boiling and simmering. It is dense to the point that it should be crystallizing. It should start drying out and sticking to the bottom and forming hard crystals everywhere. But as it turns out, molecular biology has some weird rules. It has to catch. It has to start. It has to get started somewhere, and the boiling action provides so much kinetic energy that if it doesn't have something to latch onto, it doesn't happen. So the moisture is all forced out and it's trying very hard to crystallize, but it doesn't grain. It doesn't begin to crystallize because this point, the saucepan is too clean. There's nothing on the sides, and there's no scaling, so there's no place to start. And without a place to start, nothing happens. And it doesn't crystallize, it doesn't grain. Then you add one tiny flake of salt, even one tiny grain of salt, and boom, the whole thing turns to solid crystal almost instantly. This is catalyst in effect. A catalyst is when one small thing inspires great change. For me, I want to make egg biscuits. Why do I want to make egg biscuits? Well, egg biscuits sell for a pretty high price at retail. If you're driving by McDonald's and you grab an egg biscuit, you're spending a lot of money. Now, egg biscuits are pretty good energy. You get some egg, maybe some sausage or some ham, and a biscuit. It's easy eating. You're consuming a lot of protein and eggs. It's good nutrition. It's not that unhealthy for you. Even though it seems like fast food, there are worse things you can stick in your mouth. It is relatively healthy, pretty good stuff, remains in balance, and it's excellent fuel for the morning. Right. So buying it fresh and hot from a McDonald's is one option. The place where I work sells them, actually. Well, not hot, but it's easy enough to microwave one for a minute and a half, so you can buy a cold one, you know? That's a good price, much cheaper than buying it hot. Or you could buy a freezer pack of them. Now you've got a bunch of them. The bread quality takes a hit. But, you know, it costs less and you get a lot for very little money. But this food processing journey keeps going, as far as you care to take it. And I want to see how far I can go. If you provide the biscuits and eggs from packages from the shelf, then you can assemble a hot and fresh biscuit on your own in a matter of seconds. Eggs don't take that long to cook. Baby, they'll be done in 5 minutes, if that. Once you get started, an egg is done in a heartbeat. Getting started is the trick. The hardest thing about eating breakfast is getting started. How does one get started on breakfast? Well, it's just like sugar syrup. For some reason, it's easier to happen in environments where it's already happened. But in the case that that's not possible, it helps to have a catalyst, an external event or force that results in immediate change. Boy, somehow, lust as a cardinal just got pushed to the wayside. We're talking about catalysts today instead, and effulgent change. So, let's try it. Let's put some butter in a saucepan and get this heated up. While we're at it, I'm just gonna put this metal ring in the middle of the saucepan. Now, why have I chosen to do this today? Maybe because I'm talking about it. Sure, that's fair, because I'm talking about it. But I got to talking about it because of this ring and the effect it's having on my life. I could do a couple eggs. Now, after tinkering with this, I found 1 egg is the correct number. You can do 1 egg several times, but the egg ring functions at its best when there's exactly 1 egg in the egg ring, not more and not less. You can whisk it around, you can turn your egg into scrambles or leave it whole, doesn't matter. What matters is that you can only do 1 egg at a time. So we're gonna wait. The egg ring is coming up to heat. I have used this about a dozen times now. I have found the best thing to do is to take a pat of butter, get it melting. You want the egg ring to be hot, so you need to put it in the fry pan while the fry pan is cold. And you want the egg ring to be coated in super hot fat, if not filled with it. So you let the butter melt and then you swirl it around so there is a liquid barrier along the bottom of the egg ring. Move it so that the handle points this way, just like so. There will always be a little bit of leakage at the bottom when it comes to the butter. That's okay. Don't worry about that. Now, we are waiting and watching as the butter melts and fills the egg ring. What we are doing is creating a liquid solvent barrier that will cook the egg the minute it hits the bottom. This will help keep the egg from leaking out the bottom. Because very easily, the imperfections in a fry pan, the slight curvature, the not exactly flat balance, can cause the egg to leak, and then you won't have a perfect round shape. It's not the end of the world, but it is annoying to some people. Especially people who thought they were going to get a hockey puck shaped egg. If that's what you're doing with your morning, then, might as well go for a successful one. So we're bringing the egg mold up to temperature now, as well as coating it with butter along the bottom edge. And this has been used several times, so there's already quite a bit of cool fat on the sides. The butter will go through 3 transitions, first becoming a liquid, and then bubbling off before finally browning. We want to stop it before it does that 3rd transition. Once it stops bubbling, it's time to use the fry pan. So here we go. I'll grab my salt from nearby and my pepper. Nice bubbling. Now this morning I don't have any biscuits. I don't have what I need in order to do a really good version of this. Now the fat has just flowed out. It doesn't want to stay, so it's not going to stick around. Currently bubbling off. You can hear it starting to get loud. For anyone who's busy doing other things around the house, this is the alert that your pan is up to temperature. Now it needs your attention. Kitchen people tend to get into that multitasking mindset pretty easily. I like to regroup the butter in the mold. At this point, try to get a good capture of butter. Okay, good. We're just waiting for the bubbles to go down, while at the same time making sure my mold is well greased. Got a good catchment of butter. Draw it into the middle. Make sure the handle is back. Yep, and as it starts to smell chestnutty, you know you're there. Crack an egg and slowly lower the whites into the egg mold, letting them cook before you deploy the entire egg. Wait for it. Once you see the entire bottom firming up, deploy the rest of the egg. This has 2 effects. 1, it helps seal the sides, and 2, it helps keep the yolk in the middle, where it looks the best. Now, we can benefit from the true nature of the egg holder. We can walk away. We'll sprinkle some salt. We will grind some pepper. We will ring the bell once. Order up. We rang the bell twice. Oops. Now, as the fat underneath the egg boils, the sides will flip up and maintain their looseness. So the egg, if done right, won't stick. There it goes. It's cooking along. What you're looking for here is for the side of the egg along the yolk to start to glaze up. Just a little. We're waiting for the side of the egg to start to glaze up. Once the sides of the yolk are starting to gain whiteness, then it's time. All right, I think we're there. Nope, just a few more seconds. All right. Lift gently, and there it is, a perfectly ring-shaped egg. Now we'll get a turning spatula under it, all at once, and yump it over and cook the back side, just for a few seconds. This is the softest finish on the egg. We can absolutely cook it harder. We can be much more neglectful. We don't have to watch it like a hawk like this. It will be fine. We can leave it run in the egg mold, and one side will cook really hard and the other side will only just barely finish. Or we can baby it like this and get an entirely different result. Go ahead and salt the other side a little. Just a tiny bit. There we go. And a couple cracks of pepper. There we are. And we're there. Wherever there is, we're there. So now we get our plate or bowl or whatever serving container we're going to use for our egg, you know, something pleasant. Maybe wash something up, give it a quick rinse, make sure that we're clean. And then we'll take our spatula biscuit up, and it's appealing. It's very nice. Now, if you have a paper towel, now's the time to wipe it down so that you don't have to bother cleaning this thing. Just give it a quick swipe. And the fry pan is clean and dry and ready for its next run with a very fine coating of grease. We do the same thing with the egg ring, just a pinch around the sides. Yoop. We scrape all the extra stuff off and maybe spend a little bit of care right around the handle, because that's where goop will build up. Now we have a nice clean egg ring for next time. Even set it in the middle of the pan. Beauty. Our egg is ready to eat, or go on a McMuffin if we have a muffin ready to go. We can add a bacon layer to it. We can add a sausage layer to it. We can melt some cheese on it. Very easy to, once you flipped it, toss some cheese on it. Fried egg. I have fried an egg. Why is this significant? Because if it weren't for the ring, I might not have fried an egg at all. It can be difficult to convince you to do yourself something good, even when you know that it's good, even when you know you'll like the outcome. The friction of the day can make it difficult to treat yourself, put in the extra steps. To make good things happen for yourself takes more than just desire and effort. Sometimes it takes a catalyst. Sometimes it takes an outside factor, a force that acts on the balance and convinces you one way or another. Catalysts come in all shapes and sizes, but one thing is unique about every catalyst, and that is catalysts are always unique. Catalysts trend towards not being repetitive. Only in very special people are catalysts habitually the same. Generally, catalysts are novel. You need to own sewing needles to learn how to you need to own knitting needles to learn how to knit? No. No, you don't. You can do it with chopsticks and whatever. If somebody buys you knitting needles for Christmas, the odds you will learn to knit increase dramatically. It acts as a catalyst. Even if you have an interest in knitting, you might not learn about it until you have the needles. Once you have the needles, you have a catalyst. Humans have a tendency to act on catalysts. Humans' behavior changes based on which catalyst they are affected by. For example, most people, if asked, will claim they're not crazy chocolate hounds, and that dark chocolate is merely fine. However, if you receive one of those bite-sized chocolate candy bars, and it is outside the month of October/November, there is high odds you will be overjoyed. And because you now have the easy opportunity to eat a piece of chocolate, you're going to have a piece of chocolate. That's chocolate, man. It's chocolate. Who's not going to eat that? Like, no, man, I don't like no chocolate. Chocolate, that's gross. I don't want to deal with chocolate. I'm watching my blood sugar too close, but it's dark chocolate. Dark chocolate doesn't have a lot of sugar in it. And it's healthy for you, and it tastes good. And such a small piece isn't going to break the moon. So, that's the catalyst effect. You're going to go out of your way and buy a bar of dark chocolate every day of your life? No. No, most people aren't willing to spend the money on dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is expensive. Oh, oof. Whether you would buy a bar of dark chocolate, that's a different story. That would require a different catalyst. But eating a bar of dark chocolate, now if someone were to offer you a full-size, huge bar of dark chocolate, you might be like, oh no, thank you, but no. If someone offers you a bite-sized one, you're like, yes, I will accept this. Because 1, the catalyst is right in front of me. 2, it seems simple and easy. And 3, I project the effects will be super positive. Eating dark chocolate dramatically improves your mood. Anybody who's ever had a piece knows that it's true. Dark chocolate softens the edges of the world and increases the saturation slightly. In other words, it makes the world easier to be near, easier to look at, easier to experience. It smooths out the rough edges. Life can suck. Your house might have just burned down. But if you're eating a piece of dark chocolate, you know the world still has some comfort left in it. And if you just persevere, maybe, things will be all right. It might turn out okay. It might turn out okay. That's the feeling, you know? That optimism. And the catalyst is simply having an opportunity. Many humans live their lives in a fashion where they coast from catalyst to catalyst, waiting for the world to tell them where the next step is hiding. In a fashion that is directed by the heavens above. They allow the stars to be their guide and flit through life on the sea foam. Some people do this more than others. Some people let go of the rocks and coast in the current to whatever dream or wreck or ruin is waiting on the other side. Some people swim ferociously to try and reach certain parts of the waters. And some cling to the rocks, never to change. Black tea, good stuff. Man. The course of one's life revolves around catalysts. Now, certain catalysts are ritualistic and feed into the habit drive. Alarm clocks go off at specific times each day. We know that work has to be done at specific times each day. Every day we have to go to work or our reliability falters. Other people are concerned they cannot depend on us. We don't want that. We want people to trust us, and so we trust other people. And we do what we can to maintain our responsibilities. That includes paying bills, attending a job regularly, and doing all those little things which is required of us. Life as an American is complicated. We have a lot of things to deal with. But the catalysts help direct us through our life. That's how it is for all humans everywhere. Life can be difficult, but we use catalysts to tell us when and how to do things. It comes from an ancient sense of opportunism, which says if you see blueberries now, eat blueberries now. And if kitty is meow, then your kitty gonna meow, right? Cat's like, I ain't doing this show with you. Fine, be that way. It got what it wanted. It's like, here, I'll catalyst you, so give me some pets and attention. Fair enough. I mean, that's the theory, right? We engage each other to adjust each other's behavior. Most often. Sometimes it is simply to uplift each other, but usually it's to adjust each other's behavior. That's fine. The ancient humans relied on catalysts. Oh, it's cold looking out there, and I'm on the warm part of the country. Looks like we have a solid frost. The air is frozen where it stands. Whew, boy oh boy. The sun is not finished rising. Tomorrow, the morning show will happen earlier than usual because I will be working at 8 a.m. Oh no. So the morning show is going to happen at 6 a.m. What the hell? How's that supposed to go? It's okay. No one will be put out because nobody watches the morning show. And it'll go up on YouTube all the same. Can you use this? Sometimes, yes. Sometimes it's possible to use catalyst effect to adjust your own behavior directly, if you know what you're doing. But just as often, what will happen is you will seek to catalyze your behavior, but incorrectly gauge what will happen if you try. It's difficult to predict because basically it's the conscious mind trying to tell the unconscious mind what to do. It hates that. It really does. Habits are the purview of the unconscious mind. If you're learning to do something new, that's fine. When it comes to the day-to-day, trying to do things consistently, that is habits territory. Now, habit recognizes the power of catalyst because plants and animals that you have the opportunity to eat today, you might not get the opportunity to eat tomorrow. This species opportunism means that when you see an opportunity to eat a plant, you should take it. If you recognize a food source, you should get it. If you see an opportunity in life, you should grab it. And if the spoon falls on the floor, you should pick it up. Sorry. Getting my morning vitamins in. I work retail, so of course, armory against the human condition is critical. I maintain my vaccinations, I get my vitamins, I drink my vitamin C, anything to keep from being a vector. If it were just me, maybe I wouldn't bother. If it were just me, maybe I'd risk getting sick rather than getting all these shots and taking all these vitamins. But if I get sick, everyone who interacts with me gets sick. I can't deal with that level of guilt. So I get my shots and I take my vitamins and I make sure that I'm the last man on earth to get sick. If I go down, the state is in hospice. That's where we are. I'm the very last man to get ill. I wanted to stay that way because I don't want to be the catalyst for someone else's misery, even unknowingly. And there's a difference between a catalyst and a circumstance. If you are ill, that's technically not a catalyst, that's a circumstance. Your body is not responding properly. You're dealing with invasion. A huge percentage of your resources now must be allocated to stopping the invasion, and you have the potential to infect other people with the same problem. It is not something that you can decide to do. It is not an opportunity, so it is not a catalyst. It is a circumstance. It is happening and you cannot do anything about it one way or another. Humans are excellent at managing circumstances. Really, really good. When something is happening that they don't have a choice, it serves as the ultimate catalyst, the do or die situation. If the house is on fire, you will leave the house or put the fire out. You will probably try very shortly to put the fire out before leaving the house. And that is as it should be. Otherwise, the fire kills you. The do or die scenario says that when we don't have a choice but to respond to a circumstance, it acts like the ultimate catalyst and nearly ensures a proper behavioral response. The catalyst, then, is the baby version of this. When you have an opportunity to receive a single tiny Hershey's special dark bar from somebody who you like, okay, they're a nice person. They offer you, here, have a candy bar. The odds of you suddenly deciding that morning to have a very small piece of chocolate goes up dramatically. It's sweeter than I remember. There's the dark chocolate part. It's a luxury, really. It's a very comforting luxury. You feel a little privileged when you eat it, like things have worked out for you. It's not so sweet that you feel like you're just eating candy, but it does feel like you're eating chocolate. You're having a candy. It's the healthy candy type thing. Well, I've been going on about catalysts and how they affect our behavior at random. And the catalyst was an egg ring. More importantly, I ate breakfast because of a catalyst, the egg ring. And who knows, maybe I'll start talking about food processing more because of this egg ring catalyst. Catalysts are remarkable like that. The smallest push can start us into behavioral trends that change our lives dramatically. Sometimes catalysts can help set us up for circumstances that we have no choice but to go through. I was forced to leave my parents' farm. They couldn't pay the taxes. I had to go somewhere. If it had happened without any warning, it would have been a very souring event. I would have loped off into an apartment and sulked away my next 10 years, thinking that the last people in the world who loved me had rejected me. Instead, the universe sent me a catalyst. I received 1 month's early warning. The universe whispered to me, it's like, hey, guess what? The lurch is coming. That period of your life that happens every 3 years, where everything goes into total upheaval, is on its way right now. And something will happen, something involving 36 moon cycles. You need to get ready. And then I had a fever dream. I saw the future. And then, when I woke from the fever dream, I witnessed reality and circumstances proved out. I did indeed have to get going. But thoroughly ready, I pivoted. I decided to turn the situation into an opportunity. The catalyst was the early warning. It's not a situation that my family can help. It would be nice to stay there, but we're not going to do that. We're going to do something else. We're going to do something new and powerful. Wait till you see where we go from here. I'm sure it'll be fun. My artist, the one who is working all this time on my backdrop, is just finishing up, apparently, or maybe not. I have no way to be sure. I can't get the thing to display the messages with this person. The interface sucks. The interface sucks. Hey, come on. It's trying desperately to load it. It's not loading anything. Nothing is happening. There it goes. So yeah, maybe that'll happen and maybe it won't. If it doesn't happen by the end of the month, I'll just give up and do it myself. That's the nature of this sort of thing. That's the nature of this sort of thing. It's nice to see people liking the fact that I'm streaming the morning show, even if they didn't come out to watch. Still just me. Thanks, guys, I guess. That will conclude the morning show. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to go get ready for work, take care of some odds and ends. Get this stream uploaded. Tomorrow's morning show will occur at 6 a.m. Sorry, guys, but the morning show is gonna be early if it isn't gonna be late. I could make it the afternoon show, but that would mess up my whole rhythm. So it's gonna be super early morning show. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.